Hello, hello, hello,
Hello,
and welcome to Heal My Marriage podcast. I'm your host, Tara,
and I'm Pedro.
and we are back this year, 2025,
Yep. We're back in the back.
with the new episode, season 5, episode 1.
You can't remember.
So, yeah, we back again.
Yeah, we've been gone for a minute, folks. Sorry about that, but you know,
I'm not apologizing.
I am sorry for
We
that.
took a long, extensive break.
Well, there was a
And
lot going on.
yeah,
A lot of, yeah, there was a lot going on.
mm-hmm.
So it was necessary.
Sometimes in life, breaks just happen.
Yeah, stuff
So,
happens. You have to take a mental break.
mm-hmm.
So, but
Mm-hmm.
we're in a better place now. So
Yes, we are.
that's all that matters.
That's it.
And that's where we said we was gonna stay too. So
Yeah.
yeah. So thank you guys for joining us. We're very excited about 2025.
We are.
Coming back on, starting
Mhm.
this up again,
Mhm.
talking to you, talking to ourselves.
Right.
And we just want to say thank you very much again for joining us today.
Yeah. And for all our listeners, if you're listening to us on Adventist Radio London, thank you so much for listening. If you listen on YouTube and all the other platforms that are out there, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the other platforms there, please like and subscribe and share. We would really like that, and follow and share with other people that don't know about this podcast. We never know who we reaching and who we touching, and we just want to be able to put it out there worldwide.
Well, actually, with that thought process, we have tried something different. There's an app called Sido. It's SLIDO.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go on there, SLIDO, and you punch in number 213-1191. Again, that number is 213-1191. You can actually leave us a comment. It's anonymous, or you can put your name if you want.
Right.
If you don't want to put your name, you can just leave an anonymous comment. And we or question, or if you like us to do a program or anything, just want to touch base with us, anything like that, you can do that, and then we can respond back to you.
Yeah.
And then we can go from there.
Yeah, we would like that, guys. It's something new that we're doing for this year. And we want to be able to have people, because I know sometimes people don't want to come in because they don't want to see it. So yeah, this is a way for you to put your question out there or whatever it is, and we'll get back with you.
Oh, actually, we'll answer the question in the next podcast. So
That's
if you
right.
want us to answer a question and talk about it, we can do that on the next podcast, as long as you give us the permission. We won't disclose if you don't say that. So
Right.
please say that if that's what you want.
That's right.
If you just leave a comment, we will just read the comment and go from there. Yeah. So we can respond to your comments too, but it just goes directly to you.
Right.
And then it comes directly back to us. It's very anonymous, so it doesn't go all out in social media. I know a lot of people, like you said, Ta, social media people don't want this stuff out there like that anymore.
That's right.
So they really do want to, secrecy. And
so we basically safeguarding you and your question. So
yeah,
that's it. So with this today, we're gonna get right into it. With today episode, the title of it, I'm sorry, is what we learned from 2024. Sorry, I'm about to say, but what we learned from 2024 throughout the year, and we definitely have had some different things happening throughout of last year, and we're going to share those things, and the highlights, and the different things that really stuck out to us, and things that we can carry throughout the rest of the 2025. And yeah, so we're going to share those points with you guys, and just our experience alone, because on this podcast, that's what we do. We share our personal experience with you guys, and hoping that you able to relate. So
yeah, I'm trying to show transparency is always good for the soul, being truthful with each other. And even though, trust me, we don't always get along, just still working on our marriage every day.
That's right.
Every second, constantly communication and talking, and responding in better ways, and just in all aspects.
Right.
Just learning how to not take each other for granted.
That's it.
How to what's the word?
What's that?
Do empathy.
Yeah.
Also, how to respect everybody else's opinions and wishes.
That's it. That's how it goes, and that's what we have to do. And so we're just gonna jump right into it. And So for me, oh, do you want to go first, honey?
You can go first.
But for me,
Ladies first.
okay, some of the things that I'm gonna put it that I have learned that's coming to my mind now is to be more willing to talk about things, not holding stuff in. And I think that's what I learned from this year is to talk to Pedro about how I feel and about whatever it is, about whatever I want to do and or whatever I feel like I want to accomplish. I I'm learning to express myself in a way that, is not too emotional for myself, but just making sure that I'm explaining myself to him in a clear way for myself and for him. And he can have I don't want him wondering what I'm thinking. And I think that's something that I'm working on, or that I have been working on for a while. So that's something that stuck out to my mind as we started this. What about you?
I think I was thinking myself, so I kind of heard what you said, but I didn't hear what you said. I'll be honest.
It's fine.
It's 2025, baby. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Just say the first part you said. Be what?
To be more. I was saying that for me to talk more, to express
Okay, gotcha. I'm
myself.
sorry. I heard you. I did hear you, but then I started thinking of something else on that subject, and I kind of went into my own little zone. But yeah, I think it's for both of us actually talking how we feel, what's bothering us, be honest about it, be truthful about it, even if it hurts,
right?
And just then respecting each other's opinions on the subject, on
Right.
on what we're doing or what we're talking about. I think we both learned that more this year.
Yeah.
I would be missed to say because we never did it, but happy anniversary. We
Happy
did have an October 5th or 3rd. I'm sorry. Ooh.
Okay, what's October 5th?
It's 2005. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know I trust me. I know it's October 3rd, 19 years. And we never thought we'd make it to 19 years.
Yeah.
But we made it. So, and we got a lot more to go.
Yeah. I thought anniversary came on the 3rd of October. I was like, dang, it came fast. But I was just happy to be able to celebrate 19 years of marriage with someone that I love and someone that love you back. Because I think that's the main thing for me. It's being with someone that actually love you back, that actually, want to understand you and do understand you. And they pretty much they get you, and after 19 years, it's like after I look back over all the things that we have been through, after I look back after us having now 3 children and all the experiences that we went through, it's like, wow, God has really took us through a journey and we have really came a long way in our marriage.
That's true. And he's still bringing us. That's the thing. Like, we're still learning.
Yes.
Even after 19 years, there's still things we learn about each other every day.
Right.
Well, maybe not every day, but definitely once 3-4 times a week, I'm learning something new.
Right.
Something that you do that irritates me. Definitely. Right. I learn. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. I know I irritate you. That's my job as your husband.
Yeah.
You used to say to me, why are you always nice to everybody else but mean to me? I said, because you're my wife.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're my wife. I'm gonna be mean because sometimes I know you're doing it on purpose. So you know what? The other people, sometimes they ignorant. They don't understand what they're doing to me.
Yeah.
I have to let them know. But if I'm telling you what I'm doing, you're still doing it. You're doing it on purpose.
Right.
So therefore, then I'm gonna be meaner.
I think, as time go on, you learn your spouse. You learn what will make them tick. What buttons to push and the things that you may say that that's gonna just make them mad. So it's just when you know that, you either gonna go for it or you just gonna be like, I'm gonna just step back for a minute. I'm not gonna say that because I know if I do, it's gonna cause a whole situation. So it's just knowing those type of things about your spouse that will really help you grow in your marriage. And I think that's what we have learned over the time that we have been together is to just to make sure that we're not pushing those buttons and we're not making each other tick and we're not doing things intentionally to hurt each other. And I think, when you grow individually, spiritually and all of those things, then it'll allow you to be more punctual about pushing those buttons,
intentional.
Yeah, like don't do that, what I'm saying? And, don't do that just because you want to hurt them, or you want to, hurt with the situation or whatever. So it's best for us to.
I think I told you that this year, actually. I think I said to you that when we're having a debate or an argument, we call it argument because it'd be argument sometimes.
Yeah.
I've learned as we're having the debate and the argument, I've learned to, as I'm talking to you, think while I'm talking.
Right.
They say men can multitask.
Do 2 things at one time.
I multitask all the time, especially with this woman. I multitask. I'll say something and see how it responds. And then I'm thinking, okay, what the next? And then I'm actually going. Everybody remember those books where it's like you be reading it, and then it'll say, if you want to go door A, door B, door C. That's what I'm thinking to myself. Okay, if I go down door A, this is gonna be her response.
Right.
B is gonna be her response. C, and then I choose which one is the best route I should take. I believe
like a game show.
Yeah, like a game show. Yeah. And what it does though, it makes me actually think before I talk.
Yeah.
Like they say, before you press send, read it again. That's what I do in my head. Before I speak, I read it in my head again, and I don't think of it how I think it should go. I think of it as how I think you're gonna go.
Right.
So I won't do it based on what I think you're gonna do, because I think after 19 years, I'm pretty sure how you're gonna respond.
And
you probably hate that about me,
right?
Because I know you too well in that sense.
Yeah.
And I know your tendencies, and I know what you're thinking half the time before, and you won't admit it. You'd be like, I wasn't thinking that. In your mind, you're like, I was thinking that. That man.
Like, stop it, get out my head. Get out my head. And and sometimes for me, I promise you, I can hear God saying, sorry, don't do it. Like, how you think, don't send that. Like delete when you type in a message or text to someone. So for me, it's
on
like
that subject.
It's like do not delete it, take it off right now. And that's what he be saying to me before.
What do we do now? If we're having a discussion or argument, and I'm in the car, I'm in the car lot, and you're texting me, what do I do now that I never used to do before?
You don't look at the message?
I don't even look. I don't respond, nor do I even look at the messages. Because I know at that moment it's an emotional response.
It's an emotional response.
So I just say, you know what?
Definitely.
When we are not agreeing right now, we'll just take a minute and we'll come back. Because I know if I read that message, I'm gonna want to respond in kind. And that's I say, you know what? I'm not even going. And if you notice this year, I've started that this year. I don't respond to your messages.
Yeah.
I don't. I just be like, and you be like, did you even read what I said? No.
And it's a good thing, because it allows us both, or well, for me, I guess, to just calm myself down and be like, what is this really about? You know what I'm saying? What's this really about? What are we really about to argue about or whatever? And if it's something that we need to discuss, then of course it's something that we're gonna go back to so we can try to get it resolved.
Well, we go back to all the discussions,
right,
and have a conversation. I just don't read because God forbid, like I hang up, be like, you know what? I'm gonna just talk to you later. Bye. Click. You hate that. You go into 10,000 words a minute tower.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, delete.
Yeah.
Delete. I don't even look at them. I've learned that. I've learned that this year.
Yeah.
So that's something I learned from 2024.
And one thing I was thinking about for 2024, and just being married to you also for 19 years, is like when I look at you, I'm like, wow, I'm married to this guy. Like, he chose me.
You wake up every morning to
me. No, I'm just saying, we choose each other every day.
Yeah.
To say, I look at you like, okay, I see why I love him.
I have a choice?
No, we do have a choice to choose.
You didn't get that one.
I see what you're saying. But I'm just saying, people that are married and that really, love each other, they choosing to continue to make it work.
Yes.
They choosing to say, okay.
I was trying to make a joke on that one.
I know what you mean, but I'm saying, you're saying like, it's some things, of course, you're not going to like about your spouse. It's things they're going to do. You're not going to like that he still put his socks on the floor, even though I asked you, could you please not do that? Or he leave them downstairs in the den or in the basement, and you find socks and clothes and just all type of different things everywhere, instead of just in the basket.
You go behind people and clean up after them like they're children. And don't give them a chance to clean up after themselves or move things around that they can't find it because you put it in the spot that you want it and not the spot that he wants it. Don't go there. We can go back and forth, baby. We can go. Don't start. We can go back and forth, baby. Me and you back and forth.
Stop it. After all of that, what I'm saying is, when you choosing to be with that person, you're like, dang, I love them. I love them more than cake. You know what I'm saying? So, it's kind of like that, but I really like cake. But but I'm just saying it's just, being married, it really takes work. You know what I'm saying? You can't be in a marriage and just act like you non-existent. You know what I'm saying? Like the person is not there, like the situations are not going to come, and like good and bad times are not going to happen. It's going to happen. It's what you do and how you both decide how you're going to handle those things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the one thing we always know, that's number one, you can always run. You can always leave when it's bad. You can always, be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I mean, I'm just saying, people think, it's greener on the other side. And, for some people, maybe.
Yeah, we gotta look at it like this. You married them for a reason.
Right. But, I'm saying, but when you really know that that's your person, you're really going to work hard at it.
Well, that leads to, if you marry somebody, marry them for the right reason. Because if you just married them for money, or married them for security, or married them for the things that are superficial, it's not going to work.
Right.
You marry them because you want to be with them, you love them, you want to make it work. I think part of it also is the upbringing of the person. If the person has had a upbringing that would allow them to not run. Sometimes, if you brought up where all you saw was running, you have a tendency to run too. So it's breaking that cycle, breaking that circle.
Definitely.
I tell you all the time, like, like there's circles, that generational curses and circles that I've been trying to break for years in our marriage, with our children, with ourselves.
Right.
And just things that I see that we're just going over and over and over again. I'm like, okay, we got to break this cycle, because it's just going like over and we keep coming. We do it, we talk about it, we do good for a couple of months, and then we're right back to, so we got to break that cycle. So, yeah. But I just think in a marriage, it's just like we said, it's just working hard, being there for each other, and understanding that I think more than anything in this year, 2024, we definitely have come to realization that we are definitely two different people.
We are.
Like, we are definitely two different people.
We think differently.
I've embraced that you're emotional. I tell people all the time, like, you say that about your wife? I'm like, I tell my wife that you are overly emotional, which is fine. I've learned to deal with that. I'd probably, the first 10 or so 15 years, took me a minute to figure it out.
Yeah.
But I think I've got a pretty good idea of how to deal with your emotions. And then, so with that, I'm very laid back and calm, but I have a temper. And so I've had to learn how to ease keep my trigger and keep myself down, and not get so angry so fast, and not get so upset so fast. Because when I get upset, then I kind of shut down and shut everything out, and I don't even hear you. And then I go into like another place that I don't want to go into. So I know that about myself. I think it's just first learning how you are with yourself and knowing your strengths and your weaknesses.
Definitely.
And then as a couple, I think we both have learned to help each other with that.
Yeah.
If you see that I'm actually getting too upset, you will, no matter how emotional you are, you will shut down. You will stop. You will be like, okay, I think I need to be quiet.
Yeah.
you can see when I'm hitting that line of I'm getting real irritated, and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna say that. You just walk. You just kind of, you'll let me be. And the same thing with you. Like when you go into your tirade, and I'm just like, when you start saying stuff, I'm like, that makes no sense. I just say, you know what? I'm gonna let you sit for a minute and think.
Think on that real quick.
Think on that, and I'm gonna go down and downstairs in the studio.
Right.
Go out. I'm gonna go for a drive. You want something from the store? And it's a funny thing. I'd be like, you want something from the store? Let me go buy you. Would you like some ice cream or something? I'll go get you something from the store, and I go to the store. Take a nice 30-minute drive. Go sit in the car for a minute, and then come back home.
Yeah.
So it's just learning how to navigate through those things.
Yeah, and the other thing I have also learned is to listen. I think we sometimes really don't listen.
No, we don't listen at all.
I think sometimes, people get confused with the thing of hearing and kind of mixing that with listening. But you can hear someone, but not really listen to them. And so I think for me, that's what I have really learned is to listen. I'm still learning that as well. But I think what I learned myself really listening to you and taking it in, comprehending what you're saying, and be like, okay, I get it.
So my thought is different.
I get it now.
No, my thought is different. I think you hear me and you are listening, but you're so emotional that you don't want to hear it.
Well, it depends. It depends on what it is.
So this is what I do to solve that. To solve that problem, this is what I do. When we're having a discussion and you are so thing and you're not hearing me and I'm telling you over and over again, I then just shut up.
Oh, you shut up.
And I just leave the room. You then sit there, and as you're thinking and telling me off in your head, I can't believe it. All of a sudden it clicks and you say, wait a minute, he did say, or he did do.
Right.
And then you'll come to me later and be like, you know what? I'm sorry. You did try your best to do this. I just overreacted. You haven't even noticed that. I'm actually giving you a little tidbit because I haven't never told you that, but I'm just giving you a little bit of, that's how I deal with you. Yeah, I know. Yeah, folks, I know I'm giving up my secrets. But anyway, but that's how I deal with you because I learned you hear me, but you're so bent on trying to be right sometimes.
But this is the question, Pedro. Do you really hear me?
I always hear you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. Stop lying.
If I don't, I like just now when you was talking and you said that and you think, and I was like, you know what? I heard you say it, but I forgot that fast. I'll tell you the honest truth. No, I didn't hear you.
Okay, then that's what I'm saying is that I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about
everything. Yeah, I hear you. Yes.
So you do. So you listening.
Yes, I'm listening. Yes. I try my best. I'm not perfect. Some days I'm not going to hear everything you say, and I'm not going to listen to everything you say.
Right.
If we having an argument or we having a debate or we're talking about something, and I get really like whereas in my head and I'm just thinking, I'm not going to hear you, obviously, because in that time I'm emotional.
Right. And you really you really can get emotional.
How do I can really get? What do you mean I can really get emotional?
Pedro, sometimes you can get emotional.
Like what?
You need to relax.
How do you mean I can get emotional?
Pedro, see, you know what? You get emotional now. You see him?
I would do Jimmy Fox.
No, do you hear him? Do you hear him? He get emotional. The thing is, we have to do. Okay, for 2025, admit when something is what it is. Okay, don't act like it ain't what it is, Pedro.
It isn't what it is.
Always take responsibility for your actions. That's the thing.
That's like the kettle calling the pot black.
No, I'm just saying we really, really do, and be okay with it. Be okay with being called out.
I don't mind being called out.
That's what I'm saying. Be okay with it.
I'm okay with being called out.
Don't walk around it. You know what I'm saying?
Who's walking around what? What are you talking about? We going into your time right now.
No, I'm making some points here, and you trying to knock it down.
I'm not trying to knock it down. You're making some really good points, and I get what you're saying.
Right. I'm just saying, just do that. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just trying to figure what you're talking about. I get it. I know I get emotional.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I get emotional when I don't feel you're listening to me. I do.
I get like that too.
We both do it to each other.
We do.
You know, baby, that's why we're together.
That's
exactly what we are alike. We're separate. We're not alike, but we're alike on that. Whatever.
I think one thing we do need to work on though is spending more time together. That's something that we really haven't done. Why? That I noticed in the 2024 is that we don't really
no. Okay, so
it's the truth.
We haven't spent much time this year, but I have apologized to you for that.
I know, but I'm saying,
but why?
I'm just
why?
Saying
Wait,
something that we really need to work on.
You're right, but why?
But why? What?
I just was not. I just didn't want to be bothered. I think, and I'm still grieving. But the loss of my brother in August has really.
Let's say this.
Listen, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
The loss of my brother in August affected me more than I was led on to believe, even to you.
Yes.
And I think that because I even apologized to you and the kids, and I was like, look, guys, I know I've not been I've been here, but I haven't been physically. I've been here physically, but not mentally.
And I understand that.
No. And I'm not saying that you haven't, because you haven't complained about it or nothing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. So I just had days where I would just go to work, come home, come down to the basement, and then stay down in the basement till it's time for them to go to bed, come up, take them to bed, thing like that. I'll talk some, but I just was in a different space in my head.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that. I wanted to touch on losing someone that you love.
So we'll lose that, but hold on, let's finish this point that we was doing.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that. I'm saying sorry, but you're right in the sense of we do need to spend more time together. And when you say spend more time together, like what you mean? Like,
okay, so let me
don't say watch a movie, because you're not gonna watch a movie.
Let me say something, Pedro. What I'm saying, what really made me think about it more is when the loss of our, your brother Justin, my brother-in-law, the loss of him really made me realize that we don't have a lot of time with each other. We think we have time, but we really don't. And losing him and knowing that we didn't really spend that much time with him before he passed is really making me, and because he's a close family member, obviously, it just really made me think like we got to spend time together. Like it's like been in my
But
mind.
He was in California, so and he didn't want to come to the UK to visit.
But that's
well, he wanted to come to the UK, but he had never had a chance to.
Yeah, so you rephrase that.
No, but he didn't want to come to the UK because
he didn't want to come and live. But that doesn't mean he didn't want to come and visit.
I said he didn't want to come and live, but he did want to come and visit.
Okay, but let me finish my point. So what I was saying is that when you have lost someone close to you like that, it just really stuck into my mind that okay, we really need to make our time, spend it wisely. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't be lazy with your time. Don't just be like, oh, I just do it later, or I just do it next week, or I do it the next follow, or I do it next month. No, if you got to wait that long to spend time with someone, you don't know what's going to happen between that. Anything can happen between the time that you want to put stuff on hold. That's all I'm saying. And all I'm saying is that the fact that we didn't get a chance to even, or for him to come over and visit, we probably thought that, oh, he'll come one day or he'll come at some point, but it never happened.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
So how can we fix spending time together? Because I think if that's the case, then maybe we should have some kind of energy drink or coffee.
No, that's not what I'm saying about.
Because you want to spend time. Though.
I'm not. You're thinking about a movie. I'm not.
No, not even a movie. No, Todd. Because even because we have a routine.
No, I'm talking about setting a time, or let's say this weekend we're gonna I don't know, go for a movie, or we're gonna go out to eat this weekend, or we're gonna go for a walk, or whatever. I'm just throwing out some suggestions.
We've been talking about that for.
But I'm just saying, but
months.
It's something we could. I don't want us to talk about things. I want us to actually put it into action.
Yeah,
I want us to actually do it, not just talk about it.
I know that, but we talked.
It's not a New Year's resolution.
No, it's not. But the thing is, we did not, because the kids were too young. Now that they're older, we are able to go to the store and leave them home and then come back. We're able to go down and just you and I have dinner together and then come back. We're able to do that, allowed to do that because of the age of Junior. So we are able to do that. And they both in double digits now, all three of them in double digits. So we are able to do that. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to do that.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, not just with us, but of course with the kids, but us spending time together is very important.
You're being very general about it. That's why I'm a little confused on what you mean, because you're being general. Because we just went to church today. We did spend time together. And I come home like that. When we have worship, we always joke for like 30 minutes before we start the worship. So we do spend time together. So I'm just trying to get you're being very general about it. So I guess I want you to be more kind of specific, because you're generalizing it in a sense to me. My understanding is you're more generalizing it to me.
Well, I'm saying like for me and you, like dating, like we don't really date.
Right. But that's something because of the kids of the age and you didn't want to leave them with nobody.
Yeah, of course.
So now that they're older, we can start doing that again. Right. We did have dates here and there, but we didn't have them like as, the regular, like once a week or every 2 weeks or something. I know that's something that's something that we're gonna work on.
Something that we got.
But I wanted you to be more specific, because you was just kind of generally saying spend time. So like some people's like, I was thinking like when I come home and you falling asleep and I'm trying to talk to you, is that when you want to spend time together? Or,
no,
because you're falling asleep.
No, of course not. That's not what I want.
But that's why I was trying to get you to be more specific, because you was kind of saying it generally. Do you understand what I'm asking? What I'm saying? You was doing it in a general sense. I want you to be like, I know what you mean. You want to be able to go out to eat, just go out for a walk,
right?
Just spend time together like that on a weekend, on a weekday, whatever time,
or whenever it's possible.
Yeah. Okay, honestly. I got you.
So that's something that I was thinking about as well.
I spend at least 7 hours with you every night.
Okay. And we sleeping there those times.
That's when I'm spending time with you.
He's silly. Yeah, but the reality of losing your brother was really, it's still really kind of, for me, it's still kind of like, wow, he's not here.
For
type
me,
of thing.
For me, it was I wake up in the sense of, I won't say I used to make fun of people, but I didn't understand how people can be like, oh, like, I don't know, I kind of just the way they will respond. Grief. Yeah. And it made me understand grief a lot better in the sense of I understood how, me going through it now.
Yeah.
Me not able to grieve the way I probably need to grieve. Like, I haven't grieved yet, but I know I need to. But, at some point it will happen. But, yeah. But I'm getting there. I'm getting better each day.
Yeah.
And maybe I will grieve in a different way than most people.
Yeah.
Because I'm a crier, but I'm not a crier when it comes to death. Yeah. Which is weird.
Well, you have different,
because I cry about a lot of things. I cry about sorrow. I cry about kids getting hurt. I cry about, somebody getting hurt or something like that. But when it comes to death, I just don't cry.
Yeah. Well, not everybody.
I know. I'm just saying, me personally, I've never, I think I was telling somebody when my father died, I didn't cry.
Right.
But I did cry when I had the accident. I almost died. Then I cried then because it just like flashed, because it was like a couple of months after, about a month after he passed.
Right.
I was in the truck and I had that incident with the truck.
Right.
And then I cried. So it's like, maybe it's like something has to shock me or something. I don't know.
I just think it at some point it'll come on. One day you'll just be, I don't know, maybe listening to something or a song or memory or.
I almost cried today with the sermon.
Oh, really?
Oh, I almost cried today because the way she presented her situation and our situation. Yeah, I almost cried today.
Yeah.
I did. I must admit, I was fine. I was like, don't cry. I'm not about to start crying in this church. They're gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
It's nothing wrong with crying.
I know it's nothing wrong with crying, but I just didn't want to start crying because I didn't want to take away from what she was preaching about.
Yeah.
Because then everybody's gonna be like, oh, like, and I didn't want that attention. I'm like, people think I like attention. I really don't like attention.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
So I was like, don't cry. But I was tearing some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was tearing a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, Pedro.
yeah. I meant to tell you that, but yeah, I was tearing a little bit.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I think, as time go on, I think I don't think it's something you ever really just get over. I just think you just learn to think of the good times, and of course you're gonna have your moments of being sad and stuff like that, and it's okay for that moment as well. That's why I thank God for him to fill in the voids that we can't do on our own. So, just understanding that, understanding that part of grief and losing someone,
I'd like to get somebody to come on and talk about it.
Yeah.
See if we can get it come on and talk about it. I think it'd be good to have a little. We can't do a slideshow because of radio. Well, the YouTube we can, but not really do a slideshow, but just have somebody come on and talk, a professional talk about grief and the different effects that it can have and things like that. I think it'd help. There's a lot of people out there that's grieving in different ways. So we just need to get that ball rolling in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, I just thank God that we in good health. Our children are still here. Family members, the rest of them are still here.
Yeah, my kids are still stressing me out.
And
just people can't see this on the radio, but on YouTube you can see all this
the
white
gray hair.
Oh my goodness!
But all the different, I've made a lot of changes in my life as well for 2024.
Oh, please don't talk about that.
For me,
don't talk about that.
I cut my locks
off.
Don't
talk about that.
I was so
don't
happy.
Talk about that. Okay. Do not talk about that because it's gonna put me in a bad spot.
Okay, so anyway, I cut my locks off because I just needed something different. And
everybody was like, "What's wrong? Are you okay? Is everything okay?"
Yeah. and I was just happy to be able to. I felt like for a while I had it on my mind, like, okay, I'm ready to let it go. 6 years.
You had it on your mind for 2 months, and you was driving me crazy.
I had been talking about it to my husband and my sister, and just to different people. And I finally had said,
"No, you didn't say anything. You kept doing it." And I finally said, "If you don't do it, I will."
No, but anyway, and Peter was like, "What you gonna do?" So I got up one day, and I just cut it. And it was like something was lifted off me, and I was just really happy for the change. And I'm learning. I guess for me, I'm just sometimes you go through life and you just learning to love yourself because you're changing. I see myself changing and getting older because I had a birthday December 20th. So happy belated birthday to me. Yay, yay. And
you just have to throw that in there.
So after having my birthday and everything, I was just like, wow, I thank God for another year, getting older and wiser. And, just seeing my husband and my children getting older, just life just changing around me. And I just, after all that time of having locks and dealing with I'm just glad it's gone.
So I'm going to blow you up because I'm sorry, but I have to.
What's that?
Because the women, do you do this? Because this drove me crazy. Okay, this lady right here, my wife, my beautiful, wonderful, magnificent wife.
Oh, thank you.
This is what she did. She didn't want to cut it. I said, look, if you don't cut your dreads, I will cut them.
It's not dreads, it was
locks. Okay, if you don't cut your locks, I will cut them. She says, fine. She finally cuts them. Hallelujah. Then she cuts them. Her hair is black. She's like, oh, you know what? I think I want to dye my hair. No problem. Dye your hair. She dyes her hair. I don't like the color. Okay. What are you going to do? I'm going to dye with this semi-permanent another color. She dyes it another color. Guess what? I don't like the color.
Oh, God.
So then she does something that she said she would never, ever do, and that was bleach her hair.
Yes.
One day, I'm talking to her on the phone, and she calls me up, and she's like, guess what? I'm like, what did you do to your hair? And she's like, I bleached it. I said, no, you did not.
Oh,
now she's like, now I look like a pink redhead.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, okay, so I'm like, it looks fine, but I'm laughing the whole time.
Wait a minute. So even though I had cut my hair, I was still transitioning to having short hair. So once I went through the changes.
Why you cut off my story?
Husband,
can I finish my story? You can tell that afterwards. Let me finish the story because I was in the story. So now it's pink reddish. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I cut her off. Pink reddish. And then I'm like, okay, it's not as bad as bad. So I go in the pouring rain to the store to get her more dye. She dyes her hair. About 3 days later, Pedro, you know what? I don't like it. It made my hair go green. I'm like, what? Because the bleach made it reddish, and then the brown and the colors, I guess, the crayon. She's like the Crayola, you mix the colors and stuff. Now it's green. I'm like, it's not green. It's green. It's green. So one last time we went to the store and we got red or whatever color you got.
I already had it. I didn't buy it.
Oh, it's right. You already had it. Right. Yeah. Thank God you already had it. And then I'm like, look, pick a color, any color. I don't care.
Oh,
they're just getting mad at me because I'm like, look, I don't care. As long as you're happy, that's all I care. Because right now, it's not about my happiness. It's about, because she's like, what do you think? What color? I'm like, I don't care. Oh, they just get mad because I'm saying I don't care. But I didn't care.
Well, I was, like I was saying before, Pedro kept going around.
No, because I'm telling the story. So hold on. So now she colors the hair.
Yes.
Now she comes back and says, I don't like it. The color that she has right now, folks, she don't like it.
No, I didn't say I didn't like it.
No, you said you don't like it. You said you want to go to another color. You'll do permanent this time. You're gonna color it.
No. I did
so
not.
you're gonna color it one last time.
No. I'm not gonna color my hair right now. I had said I finally found one that I like. And I've been sticking to it. I like it.
Maybe I didn't listen then.
Yeah, because you obviously wasn't. So I definitely said I found one that I like, and I do like it.
Hallelujah,
so I'm
folks.
happy about
Hallelujah.
that.
Thank you, Lord.
Pedro been supporting me through the whole thing, even though he's been kind of, whatever.
Anybody will lose their mind with the stuff you put me through.
But I would just
any sane man would lose their mind.
After cutting my hair, and I guess seeing myself with my hair short after all those time, I haven't had my hair short in a long while. So after I had did that, I was just, you look at yourself in the mirror and you just like, wow, like I got short hair now. What I'm gonna do with it? So now that I had the short hair, I think now I am finally at a place where I'm happy with my hair.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord.
In
Amen.
Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name. With the blood of Jesus. Hallelujah.
I'm over the hump now. I'm over the hump of not doing all the different changes in my hair.
In 2 weeks, you'll see a different color, folks. Don't worry.
but yeah, so after that whole change and everything, it was just so much. I think for me, so much was happening, so much was going on. And I just really, I just thank God for the good and the bad. And the new and the old, that I'm seeing now, with myself. And yeah.
What else did you learn about 2024?
I'm just learning um like to be consistent. I really want to be consistent with with my life, with my business, with our podcast, with all of these things. I just want to be more consistent. And I think that's something that's anybody, it's hard for some people to do. But I think I really want to be steadfast, unmovable, with God's help to just keep moving forward, no matter what may come our way, you know, going forward. We just have to keep staying positive. And I think that's one thing I really want to do.
Yeah, I learned 2024 that through all the problems, through all the issues that you may have, through all the bills and the stress and the loss of a loved one, you have to just trust the process, trust God, and know that He's going to bring you through, and that He's going to guide you and lead you as long as you let Him do it to where you need to be, and that everything happens for a reason.
It does.
And it opens up doors that you probably didn't think was going to open up.
Yeah.
It closes some doors that you didn't think was going to close, but it all is for the sake of God and His love for you. As long as you have that in your head, then and that even goes with our marriage. Like, not trying to, instead of trying to figure you out, just give you to God and say, God, I'll just let you
I put it
direct
in
me.
your hands.
Yeah, I put it in your hands on how I deal with my wife.
How I deal with
I
my
put
husband.
it in your hands how I deal with this marriage. I put it in your hands on how I deal with our family. Nothing that I think is not my opinion. I'm trying to do everything based on what God is directing me to do, and not by what I think I should do. Because every time I do what I think I should do, it all blows up.
Yeah.
And so I'm learning. I've learned that in 2024.
Right.
More than anything. Yeah, definitely more than anything else.
Yeah, and one Bible verse that I wanted to share with you guys that really stuck out to me, that I have been reading, and it's Jeremiah 29:11, and it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." And that's what I know God has for us, is to He has a plan for us. He already know what we're gonna be and where we're gonna end up. And I just can't wait to see what He's gonna bring our way, um, going forward. And and just whatever it is, I know He'll be holding us, holding our hands, and I'm just grateful for that.
2025, baby.
And also I had a couple of points that I wanted to share with in your marriage, you want to do so much to make it better. And I think for me, I had wrote down some things. I want to, number one, take action. um Number two, be consistent, as I mentioned before. Number three, trust the process. Number four, talk it out. And number five, pray on it and believe in what you're praying in, and
Well, number one,
work it out.
Pray on it should be number one.
Well, pray on it should be number one, but I
know because you're writing it out.
When I was
I'm
writing
just
it
saying,
down, but yeah,
I'm just giving you a hard time. I am. I love
yeah,
you.
you are. You always
But
do
I
that.
know I got to, because I want to be a husband.
But because I left that as the last one because I wanted that to kind of stick out, because that was going to be the last point, to pray and believe it will work out. Because sometimes we pray not believing it's going to work. We praying hoping that that it be what you want it to be instead of what God has for you, and what His, because at the end of the day, if it's not in His will, He's not going to even open the door. So I just, that's something that I want to keep doing, and especially stay consistent with my prayer life, and and with God.
Yeah, another thing I learned from 2024, you watch a lot of clips and stuff like that. It's just that, growing up, marriage, as I think about it in life, marriage is so different growing up. I think, like we was talking about with us, we made 19 years, and I was thinking to myself, I think because the way you grew up, I was watching something and it said that the woman who a woman doesn't look for the oh no, the man should look for the woman. It was something like that, but the man should let the woman find him. And I guess what they were saying was that, because they were saying, like, if the woman goes looking for a husband, she may find the wrong husband. But if she goes with her upbringing that she had, and and then she finds the husband, and then she cultivates the husband and things like that, then
so the woman shouldn't look for a husband, but then
go look
for a
now.
husband?
I just had it in my head, but now I can't, and I'm messing it up.
Yeah, you are.
So I'm gonna have to go back and look at it again and come back, because it was in my head the whole time. But when you was talking,
need to probably write it down, isn't it?
Yeah, I probably that's you know what, for 2025, I'm gonna start writing stuff down.
Old now.
Yeah, because I'm older now.
You're
my
old
brain,
now.
my brain
mind
don't work.
Not as sharp.
Oh no, it ain't sharp at all, man. My brain is like bloop, bloop. But to the point of everything, I think your upbringing that you had, seeing your mother and your father, even though they had issues, even though they had problems, I think you seeing them, even though, you know, things could have been difficult at times, when we went through the difficult times, that made you want to stay. That's pretty much what it's getting down to it.
Right.
It made you not be just like, I'm gonna up and leave.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna just, oh, you know, he's doing this, I'm gonna be out of here. Or I don't want to do that, so I'm gonna be out of here. It made you work on our marriage. It made you develop me into the husband that I am today. You helped me to cultivate. My father helped me become a man, but you helped me cultivate to become a husband. Does that make sense? You helped me cultivate that, because your patience with me, your understanding, you're trying to, even though we had our issues, you still was you let me lead when I needed to lead. You let me make mistakes. You let me fix the mistakes. You didn't always get on me. You know, like, you helped me, you know, as a wife, be the husband, a better husband to you and the kids. You know, and that's what the point was getting to. Like, yeah. So that's what I learned in 2024. Looking back over the 19 years, is like, when I look back at some of the things you did in our marriage, I'm like, you was actually showing me in your own way how I should be a husband.
Yeah.
And then in turn, it allowed you to be a better wife.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's what
God was molding us. He was molding us both through the whole process. And I'm just glad that through that we able to be, you know, where we are today. And that's the main thing. And you know, through it all, I was on my mind earlier today, and I think it's because of the loss of
Justin,
of our brother. I had said, Lord, thank you that I you know, I'm so glad that I still have my husband here, because I think thinking of losing a spouse, losing, you know, someone like that, is like, God, I'm glad that I can still be around you. You know, I can still, you know,
even though I get on your nerves.
Even though you get on my nerves.
You say it all the time. I get on your nerves.
But yeah. So yeah. So that's one of those things.
It's one of those things.
Yeah. So
I'm glad you're still around too.
Yeah. I mean, I think
the kids will really miss you.
You know, the fear. What?
I'm glad you caught that.
Yeah, but you know, the fear of losing a spouse is like, I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. But we shouldn't fear, right?
I don't have that fear.
Because God don't give us the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and sound mind.
I don't have that. Honestly, that's my point. I don't have that fear. Everything happens for a reason.
It does.
It will suck.
God prepare us for these things.
I'll be sad. I'll be depressed. I
said it was on my mind. I'm sorry, I'm human.
I know, yeah, because you always like those hypotheticals, which I don't like.
I know you don't.
You hate those. I this year I did become more hypothetical in some things.
Yeah.
But when it comes to us talking about divorce, death, stuff, I don't like being hypothetical about that, because you know, you could be all hypothetical. You know why? Because we could be as hypothetical as you want, but when it happens, that hypothetical is going to go out the window, because then guess what it is?
Now you're sitting in the reality.
Exactly. So the reality is, when it happens, then you deal with it.
Yeah.
Because you can say all day long, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, B, A, B, C. But as soon as it happens, you're going to do D, Z, P, M. You're going to be all over the map. You're not gonna go boom, 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 unless there's a will.
Yeah. It's true.
But I mean, you know, and I'm not even talking about the will, I'm just talking about in general. Your emotions are gonna be all over the place.
It's true.
So why do a hypothetical to something that is not going to even matter?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I say that. So yeah. So there you go.
So guys, so we have came to this part of our show. You know, we do a part of our segment where we have our cards that we use, and the cards are that we ask each other questions. The cards have a question on there that we have to answer. Sorry to make sense. So I'm gonna play the sound. So this is the time where we play our cards, and Pedro gonna pull a card.
Which one you want to do? Which color you want to do? Relationships?
And then I will pull a card. Yeah. Okay. Intimacy.
Which color is that?
Red.
Red? Okay.
Yeah. So
why is intimacy red?
I don't
know. That's a weird color to have for intimacy.
I don't know. That's the color that's on there with the heart. So yeah. It's called the intimacy deck. And it's a tool for a deeper connection and conversation with your partner. I think Pedro got these ones off Amazon, yeah?
Yeah.
So we found these cards, and so this part of the show, we do our cards. So I'm gonna pull in my card now, and Pedro's gonna pull his. Okay, who's gonna go first?
I can go first. You go first because you laughing, so you go first. Because my question is a real simple one.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so mine says, so my card said, what do you wish we did more of in our sex life?
You just told me the other day.
Oh my gosh.
You just told me the other day.
Oh my gosh.
I don't care telling you. It's like you need to lose weight. I've gotten a little bigger in the belly. You was like, you need to lose weight. Because if you had lost weight, then it would have been on. It would have been on and popping. Hey, you know what? We very transparent, so I'm gonna be transparent.
Oh my gosh.
That's why you laughing, right?
That's why I laughed.
Because we just literally just had that conversation.
Oh my gosh. It just popped up.
See? Be careful what you ask for, baby.
What do that was the question for you?
Yeah, that was a question for me.
Okay.
Oh no, what's the question for both of us?
Yeah. So
what do you think then? What is your answer?
What should we do more in our sex life? Oh my gosh, there's so much we can do.
I know.
I think I was telling you before, I think we need to, like, not just a date, but we need to do like a staycation.
See,
like, can I finish? I said I wanted to do like a staycation where we go to a nice room, and we can set it up or whatever. Because you know me, I'm a romantic.
I want to do like
the flowers and the music. And
you're freaky too. I'm sorry, folks, but I don't mean that in a bad way. Because this is what it is. My wife, because of the kids being in the house, doesn't get full on sometimes, like full love, because she's so worried about the kids running up the stairs or knocking on the door.
Oh my
Call it for what it is.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
I could care less. I'm like, if they hear us, they hear us. They know they know how they came here. Shoot, knock on the door. Hey, can we get 5 more minutes and then we'll come downstairs?
No, I don't want. The problem is to be. I don't want my kids listening to us.
You know how many times you think our kids are listening, especially Sky. Okay, don't play yourself. You don't think Sky's been listening all these years, but she was younger, especially.
Oh my gosh! So the
point Sky was sitting at the door with her ear to the door like this, listening. Like, okay, they done now, because as soon as we was done, it'll be
knock on the door. Like
immediately.
Knock. Mom, what you did? What you doing? Nothing.
Exactly. So if you don't think that was happening,
my thing, the question was for me. So I said I want us to do like a staycation type of thing, and we could do like a romantic thing where it's just us, and and go get some food, stuff like that. That's what I like for us to do.
Okay. So my question is much less evasive. But anyway, it says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you with public displays of affection?
Oh,
explain.
Can I see the card? Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you with public displays with affection? I give you a kiss in public.
You'll hold my hand.
I'll hold your hand. I give you a kiss. I give you a hug.
So how on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you?
8.
Okay.
What about you?
What won't you do?
What I won't do?
Of affection.
Well, I won't do nothing that's
not see, now you get a little crazy. Not like that, but what won't you do? Like when it says affection, like okay, will you give me mouth to mouth resuscitation in public, or will you just give me a peck?
Oh, I won't give you like no whole tongue. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. But I would give you
Why not?
I give you a couple of kisses.
You love
like,
me.
Like,
if you love me, give me the tongue.
I do a but I won't be doing those. No.
Open up.
No, I won't be doing that.
Why not?
No, because
we're married.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's a time and place, isn't it?
Anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever. Time and place, my butt, whatever.
Yeah. And I sit close to you and stuff like that. And
I mean, that's not affection. I'm talking about giving affection.
Oh, giving affection.
So like you rub my shoulder, you rub my arm, you hold my arm.
Okay, so let's say for instance I wanted to give you a hug and just wanted to come and just hug you or something. Be like, you just want a hug, and you be like, baby, no, like no. So how do you feel about it then?
I don't care.
What's your scale?
10.
No, seriously.
10. I'll give you any affection you want in public. Don't bother me, man.
Oh my gosh.
You're my wife. I don't care. I want people to know you're my wife. Half the time I want them to know.
You want them to know?
Yeah, I want them to know. You want them to know.
Yeah.
You want them to know. Yes, I want them to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm proud of you. I'm very happy to show you off.
Me too.
No, I'm not saying you're not. You asked me, so please stop getting things.
I don't want it to be like
about you.
My thing is only be like, we're giving affection. People are like, you guys need to get a room.
Oh, we definitely need to get a room.
You know what I'm saying? Like
what? We just talk about what? And so what? We're married, folks.
Yeah.
What? I'm not gonna hold because why?
Mm-hmm.
We like to hold back and be like, oh, we don't do that. Oh, we don't do this.
Yeah, save that for later.
We married, folks. We do married things.
I think,
and I'm a grown man.
I'm gonna say this. I think if people see people that are married that truly love each other and they showing that affection displayed publicly, I think people see marriage in a real way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Instead of, because some people that are married, they don't even really touch each other in public. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You wouldn't even think that you wouldn't even think that some people are together.
Listen, it's been times when
public affection.
I've known people for like a year, and then like you be like, oh, that's their wife or that's their husband. I'm like, where? You like when? I'm like, when? Mm-hmm. They be like married forever. I'm like, never thought they was married.
Yeah. So I mean,
so
I don't have a problem with showing that type of.
No, it's a time and place for everything. I'm not gonna tone you down in the church.
Right.
On top at the pulpit.
This ain't just at church. It's just like in the public.
And not even in public. I'm not gonna do that in public in certain public areas.
Yeah.
If it's just you and me in an intimate setting.
Right.
Why not? It's just me and you.
Mm-hmm.
Romantic dinner, me and you, candlelight dinner.
Yeah.
Off to the side, nobody really looking at us,
Yeah.
It's us.
Yeah.
So yeah, why not?
Yeah.
But I'm not, I'm not gonna be up on the stage like, come here. I'm not gonna do that. No, right. Come on. There's a time and place for everything.
It is.
So I mean, I don't want people to think I'm just like, some monster or be somebody just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I love showing affection too. I like to always, touch you and mess around with you and stuff.
Yeah.
I used to do something years ago where I have stopped doing it. Was I always touch your nose.
Yeah, you used to always touch my nose. Mm-hmm. I never knew why you did that.
I don't know. I just thought because I could see it kind of bothered you.
Oh, it didn't bother me. I just never knew why you did it.
You always gave me like a puzzled look, so that's why I kept doing it.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, that's it. You always give me a puzzled look, so I was like, oh, okay, I keep doing it.
Yeah, but
I think I did it too because it would just be random.
My nose.
No, it was just. I think sometimes it would just break whatever conversation we was having sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So like say we was having a debate
and
I was getting a little heated. Just like I make a joke, I would just touch your nose.
Okay.
And then you'd be like, oh. It was kind of like the reason why I call you baby.
Yeah. Okay.
I've always called you baby for 19 years. And I'm gonna continue to call you baby till the day we die. Or because unfortunately in my life, I've had too many other events.
Yeah.
And I'm just afraid I'm gonna call you by a different name. Yeah. Not that I'm thinking of them, but I just, randomly, I just know, not thinking one day and be like, I don't know. It's because people are gonna be like, wait, you don't think only of your wife? If people think we only think of each other all the time, that's a lie. And I'm not saying I'm thinking of other people. I'm just saying just in general. Because like I even say like a coworker's name or something. I'm just, and then that and I've been to that where it came out at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So I just always call you baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I told you before. You know that.
Yeah.
I told the man before. I told this on the podcast. That's why I was call you baby. That way I'm always guaranteed not to call you by the wrong name.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I get that.
That's what I learned in 2024 and 23 and 22 and 21 and 20.
For the whole duration of the time. So
But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
It's really feel good to get back on the bandwagon, on the horse, and we hope that you will come and join us in this journey that we're going to start in season 5, episode 1.
That's right.
Again, like we said, if you have any comments on what we talked about, or you want to bring up something or want us to talk about something,
that's right,
you can go to, like I said,
you can leave a question.
How you say it?
Is it Siddle?
Siddle, SLIDO.
Yeah.
And the number is 213-1191. That's 213-1191. And then you just leave a comment. It's anonymous, or you can put your name.
That's
and then
right.
we will see it at some point throughout the week. Is all the way up to next week, Friday.
That's right.
So you have plenty of time to leave a comment if you see this on YouTube, or if you see this if you're listening to it on the
audio platforms,
any streaming services.
That's right. That's right.
So
thank you guys for coming to Heal My Marriage podcast.
Yeah, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Yes, I'm your host, Tara.
And I'm Pedro.
And we will see you again.
Because this is
Heal My Marriage podcast.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Peace.